Last year, America was shocked with the various protests over George Floyd's death by the officer Derek Chauvin. He pressed Floyd's neck until Floyd ran out of oxygen and died. And Derek could face, many, many, many years in the prison because what he did to Floyd. So the question is, have you ever imagined if you are the one who Derek Chauvin, who on that day was preparing to go to work as a police officer, and we never knew, or he never knew, that something happened on that day changed his life upside down, right? The day of happiness with family was ended, and the day of the freedom of his life was over, because he has to spend day by day in the prison. So after that day too, was that Derek Chauvin cannot be have a good night's sleep, because start that day, the stress and depression will fill his day in his life, day by day. So likewise, what happened with the Dr. Robert Leslie. Robert Leslie have two grandkids, age 5 and 9, and the wife. 4 people was killed on that day, on April 7, 2021. Right. So Dr. Leslie said in his book, it said that was that I know without a doubt that life is fragile. So what happened in his life proof what he said in his book, that life is fragile. So we all know that the life is fragile because we didn't know what's going to happen in our life in 1 minute, right? We can learn from Derek Chauvin that in one day changed his life, right? From happiness to disaster. And also Dr. Was that Robert Leslie on that day changed his life from life to death. So we all never know. So everything can be happen in our life. So who can against what happened in our life? Nobody, because the Bible said in Jeremiah 10 verse 23, it said that man has no power to determine his path, and a man who walks has no power to direct his steps. It means that nobody will know what's gonna happen in front of them, in their life, in their in their day, every day. But unfortunately, a lot of people forget about what God said in these Bible verses, right? Sometimes we forget too that we have no power in our life, right? So how we can stand firm, or how was that what we want to do in order for us to stand firm after we finish our adversity or calamity in our life, because we cannot avoid what's gonna happen, but we can deal with what happened in our life with God. So this is the wisdom that we learn from Solomon. King Solomon is the one that who give a deep was that consideration, or deep reflection about the life on earth. And he said like this, that wisdom give to the one who has more strength than 10 rulers in the city. What kind of wisdom that was that King Solomon talking about in these verses? Solomon gave a deep reflection on all what happened in this world, right? He said that everything that happened on this earth is vanity without God. She said that the strong and the weak, the fool and the smart, the poor and the rich, all will have the same fate. Everybody will die and be forgotten. So however, in this life, we all sometimes we forgot about these Bible verses. We all continue living in our life, try to be the smartest, try to be the richest, and try to be the the one that success in our life, more than our effort to be a person that fear God. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna learn from this the Bible verses, that fear of God is the one that we have to have in our life, to get a wisdom how to live out our life in the fear of God. Because Solomon said that we have to give, the life is short, and we have to give the value, the precious value in our daily living until we reach the end of our life. So we have to learn how to be to be the person that fear God. And Paul strengthened this wisdom by saying like this, that you must live in fear while you are in this world. So the most important in our life, the most wisdom in our life is to fear God. Thank you so much for watching.